Hi, I'm Blake Nebeker, and I am doing my final on The Taming of the Shrew. So as a quick synopsis of Taming the Shrew, it is mostly about a shrew and the attempt to tame it. Thank you. Okay, so what the actual synopsis is that Caitlin and Bianca, the two daughters of Baptista, they both don't want to get married, but so Bianca is the one that wants to get married. She is the more beautiful, the more loved, the more desired for of the two, while Kate is, or Catherine, is the shrew in this case, which, she's just more serious. She's really like men. She's beautiful, but she just is not as desired as her sister Bianca. Um, so Petruchio, he wants to marry her for her very large dowries, which is just wealth. She's in a very wealthy family. He wants to marry into a wealthy family so that he doesn't really have to do anything. Um, but she doesn't want to love him because of that. And Lucentio loves Bianca, but since Kate hasn't gotten married yet, they go and elope. So they just go into they just run away basically. So I want to do this play as a post-apocalyptic play, kind of like in a Mad Max style. So some research that I've done about this is that about 5 years ago in New York, there was a play that was kind of like a post-apocalyptic type play set in New York. Not exactly what I want to do, but just as a nice outline or background, just like square one type thing that I would want to like my my start out my thing with. So this play, Taming of the Shrew, was written in the English Renaissance era, and it is in the genre of Elizabethan comedy, which basically just means that this is a very serious time, but he's still Shakespeare's, he's a comedian, so he still wrote jokes and puns when it exactly wasn't exactly PC, or wasn't exactly the right time to write the jokes. So this theater in England, produced a play about 60 years ago. They did a play, 60 years ago that was very tame, very right for the timeline, right, honest to the piece. They had a production recently, 5 years ago, that was gender swapped. So all the males played females, all the females played males. Just as so, like Lucentio, for example, was played as a female, still the same role, still the same character, but just played as a female, which is very interesting to me. So the lighting for this post-apocalyptic set would be, mostly orange tint, not like as much as Donald Trump would have, but just enough to like see that, it's very dried up. There's sand everywhere. It's going to be a very hot time. It wouldn't be all the time. So basically, if there was like a nice scene, or if there's a scene for love, or if there's a scene for, hope or something, I would try to lighten the mood, try to have like maybe like nice blue lighting kind of. Just to show the audience that this is like a nice time. This isn't just like every other time in the play. For costume design, I would want to have, just stick with the theme of dirt, sand, kind of. So it would just be like very essential clothing, just covering up what you need to cover up. Maybe cloth over the face to get the sand out, kind of Mad Maxy, maybe just little spikes, metal, kind of make you look like a boss. Dirty clothes, but if we could have, like a difference between Bianca's family and Petruchio, just to have like the economic difference of so they'll have like nicer clothes, they'll be more well fed, more like they'll be less famished than Petruchio would, just to show that like that economic difference. So as I told you, I'm writing a movie. Very early process, but this class has helped me a lot with that. So this class also gave me the opportunity to to watch a lot of plays, and it will make me want to watch more plays in the future, just so that I have because I have a more broad horizon now on plays. I will now like appreciate more plays that like the smaller details in plays. So like the chairs or the tables, or the lighting, the sound design, just all of that just makes me think that like, oh, like I know what that like what they do with that, or how they do it, or the process of it, or maybe how long it took. Just like all of that just really brings everything together for me, and this class has helped me a lot with that. So thank you for helping me through all that, and thank you for listening.